Well, you just get a big old look at my fucking zit there. So I've been wanting to do a video like this with Anna for a while, and it's really just going to be us reacting to Buzzfeed stuff, because Buzzfeed has a bunch of really interesting like lists and stuff like that, listicles and those things.
Listicles.
The one I just found, it's fucking 3:30 in the morning, and we just finished playing a bunch of Smash Bros right now, but I came across this and I thought it was like, this is the perfect time to do this. We're gonna be reacting to people who were declared dead and then resuscitated are revealing what death is actually like. Um, thing. It's trippy. I read a couple of these just to kind of screen it, and it is pretty freaking insane to just think about it. All right, you can scroll through. I'll let you scroll through.
Okay. I'm a slow reader.
All right. I can read them out loud though.
You can read it out loud.
All right, so I've died once. I don't remember much about it except there was a nice dark nothingness, which I guess felt kind of cozy, but I also knew it was the end, so I'd better not. I don't know. I know I wasn't supposed to go into the dark like I was in the dark, but I wasn't supposed to be enjoying it because if I embraced it too much, I would die. It's kind of like falling asleep and vaguely remembering a dream when you wake up. It's weird. See, the thing about that one, and that got me, is that there's another one that kind of seems similar, the experience. So another one is my frat brother was clinically dead for 45 seconds, overdose on Xanax. The experience changed his life. He never used drugs again. He said he saw himself over the hospital bed and the nurses working. He said as he slowly floated through the roof, a peaceful feeling better than any drug took over. He said you feel free of all worry and regret. He saw the white light allegedly and a few family members before they said it wasn't his time, and then he floated back to his body.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It kind of made me think of that scene in Doctor Strange where he like was outside of his body while Rachel McAdams' character was trying to like perform surgery on him. But this is like real. So 3, I died from an overdose for just a few minutes. There really wasn't anything, just blackness and a vague lapse of time. It was almost like waking up from a shitty night's rest and feeling like a horse had kicked me in the chest. They told me I was dead for 3 minutes. I remember those clips of people saying they experienced some kind of near afterlife. But for me, it was like sleeping. I woke up and they told me how I almost died. I said, oh yeah? They explained a bunch of stuff and then offered me a grilled cheese. I had Doritos too. 1010 would die again. It's just nothingness, not scary at all. It's weird, like for a lot of people, like when they're resuscitated, it's kind of like they just say like it's like waking up.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I hear a lot of nothingness.
Yeah. My dad died briefly and he said he went down a long hallway to a door. When he was going to open it, he felt himself being sucked back into his own body. I don't remember anything from the whole day. It happened one afternoon. Only thing I remember is waking up in the hospital 2 days later to a surprise nurse. Turns out they thought I was going to be in a coma. It's just so interesting how some have like kind of similarities and others are just like very different. Anaphylactic reaction to an already deadly Iracon's jellyfish sting. I coded. Saw this white light and could see myself floating upwards. Saw my family. See, that's interesting because that goes back to like that second one of like floating above. My friend was pronounced dead about 6 times, I believe, but only told me of 2 experiences. Pure blackness in an empty space. Their grandfather told them to go back. As my family was saying goodbye to me, I remember seeing 3 shadow people at the foot of the hospital, thinking it was my family. I asked, who are they? My mother told me they were angels, but I perceived them as my dead relatives was there to bring me to the other side. The nurses then put me under anesthesia so the doctors could hopefully get my brain to stop bleeding. They were successful and I'm still here. Oh, interesting. Whoa.
No, that one's crazy.
Yeah. I don't remember any of them. Been declared dead 3 times and not once did I remember anything during death. Kind of goes back to that nothingness. I was around 5 years old when I was almost internally bled to death from a bad virus. I experienced what I could only describe as maybe some weird limbo in between heaven. It's weird because I don't think people I don't think I even had a concept of heaven at this point unless it was something I saw in a cartoon. Interesting. It felt like third-person security camera footage of my body, then slowly zooming out and rising up. Felt really, really cold, and then I started hearing really loud clanging sounds and woke up in an ambulance, the sound of the gurney bouncing on a rough road. It was surreal. Haven't feared death since then, to be honest. For the most part, no one ever seems to be scared of what they saw. I
How
felt,
many are there?
I don't know. Where are we at?
13.
We're almost done. I felt like I was in a long tunnel, just floating and feeling tired. I remember falling asleep and having a dream that I was in the kitchen in the house when I grew up, and my dad was cooking breakfast. I could hear commotion and chaos at one end of the tunnel, and at the other end there was a warm light that felt peaceful. Then all of a sudden I was abruptly in the chaos of an emergency room. Huh. I remember a feeling of great peace, some flashbacks to my life, but mostly just a remarkable feeling of connectedness. It's a feeling that changed the course of my whole life. I OD'd and died and was resuscitated. It's nothingness. Only thing I can compare it to is, a night after drinking, when you close your eyes, then open them again. Semi 4 hours have passed, but it feels like no time has passed at all. That's what so it's like blacking out for him. Got hit by a car. Could still see with my eye that didn't have blood in it. I could hear all the commotion. I felt getting forced onto my back, and then I felt my first heartbeat and then blood throwing through my body. At that point, I felt all the pain, took a deep breath, and then everything went black. Oh, don't want to zoom in on that. And lastly, I was about 15, climbed on top of the kitchen counter and grabbed something from the top cabinet, slipped and fell. Fell headfirst into the marble floor. Next thing I knew, I was walking in water barefoot. I look up to my upper right-hand side, and there's a bright light with a hand poking out, making the come here gesture. I walk towards it. Meanwhile, I realize the peaceful and relaxed state I'm feeling, like the best you sleep ever. And I say to myself, man, this is awesome. I never want to wake up. Then all of a sudden, I jolt and I wake up to my mom wailing her lungs out. Apparently, I was stiff, cold, with no heartbeat, and managed to piss my pants. Huh. Interesting.
Crazy.
These are crazy. I kind of read through those, but I'm also tired. But those were interesting.
There's a lot of them that were very similar to each
Well, a lot of them have this kind of like, it's like waking up. But I wonder, like, when you think about that, it's because you did wake up. But like,
What if
so it's just is it just like a peaceful nothingness?
I guess so.
That's crazy. How do you feel when you consider that? You were barely in this video too.
Yeah, I know.
But that's crazy. Wow. I love sleeping, but that's crazy. Like how people like, and some people like have the light at the end of the tunnel, like the two opposite sides. Like there's some of those cliches in there that like people talk about, and then all that. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. That was that depressing? I really don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was that. Thanks for letting us waste a bit of your time, and we'll see you when we see you later. All. This is comfortable.
Yeah, it's mine.
I know. I want one.